you might recall from last October, we debuted a very sophisticated black powder coat finish. It got great acceptance. And so this coming year, well, of course, it was planned for April, and now it's been posted. Be debuted sooner or later, one way or the other. But we are going to be adding to the black powder coat a mid-gray finish, which is what the drop-in
like
will be.
This?
With that. So anyway, it's one of the things I might want to just add is people were really enamored with the sophistication of our black powder coat finish. And a lot of times, I think over the course of time, black powder coat sometimes becomes synonymous with maybe a more mid-market product, or maybe a cold roll steel fabrication of product. And you'll recall sometimes black powder coats can have a kind of a stippled finish, if you will. And part of that is maybe because of the look, but also it's maybe to help mask some of the artisanship that might be in the metalworking itself with the way it's welded. In our case, what people were just, again, enamored with was the fact that kept looking at our black powder coat finish and feeling of it, and they said, gosh, it's so smooth. I mean, it's precise. How did you do this? And I said, well, underneath that black powder coat finish is a polished stainless steel frame. And so where you take our existing polished stainless steel frames, that's why we were able to create that level of sophistication that we think.
So just to get this straight, so what you're doing is you're creating these steel frames and starting from the very foundation, perfecting it as much as possible. And I mean, with my familiarity with the line, where the pieces join, I mean, there's no, and what we call in art school, no surface incident. So there's actually literally no areas where you're seeing pitting. You're not seeing any undulating surfaces. Everything is just so clean and precise. And so from that foundation, then you're placing these pieces. So it's almost like a sheer that you're putting over this metalwork that is literally not masking anything. It's just emphasizing how beautiful you can handle structure and joinery.
That's a fantastic description. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Sometimes I get a little flowery with my descriptions on things. Oh, they joke me all the time at work.
Excellent explanation.
Off the top of my head, things that really excited me last market was your On3 chair. You also showed this amazing ability to work with walnut. And I mean, your ability to wrap a frame and really steam press it, and it's single wood, and you're really creating this beautiful architectural frame. And then you make it seem so simple when you look at it, because it's just that perfect.
Well, gosh, that's awful nice for you to compliment us in that way. But those were, the On3 chair is a prime example of how Milo took what may appear to be, and it has a simple shape to it in one respect, but extremely difficult to execute properly. Mm-hmm. You have to actually, in order for us to bend that frame. So if you can imagine, the frame starts off in a flat piece of, it's put in a mold, and it is steam bent over a period of time to create the shape. And in order to get on the inside of the frame, you can sometimes have what they call a rippling effect or crushing of the veneer. So you're asking that 11 or 13 ply internal shell that, of course, has a walnut veneer face on it to be able to be bent in a certain way without having any of the rippling effect on the inside. And so it took a laborious and extensive trial and error process to find the right species of wood. It actually ended up being an Italian poplar from the northern parts of Italy that would be able to be bent in that way and then faced with walnut veneer. So after that particular shell is created, you then have to go in and CNC cut out, the cutouts for the three-pronged leg, but then you have to hand with edge band by hand all the inside edges of that.